Paglia? Polio? Oh, it's, sure, come on down, come on up, you're next. Well, he's not here?
Don Polio.
Polio?
Is right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want to speak? After him? Okay, that'd be fine.
All right.
Mr. Stickle?
Yes, Chairman Pinchas, members of the Board of Supervisors. I'm an attorney, and I'm here today also on behalf of the Arts Center, where I am president of the board. And our 15-member board of directors, in their January meeting, voted unanimously that the Board of Supervisor action taken on December 15th was ill-advised and in violation of the Arts Center's due process rights. And I'd just like to point out to you, the Arts Center, those of you who are here on behalf of the Arts Center, would you just please stand up? Folks are. I'd just like you to know that we're well represented. And we're here today renewing my request previously directed to the Board of Supervisors in letters of December 24th and January 24th. And, you know, supervisors, like attorneys advocating positions before the board, like myself, like Mr. Carter here, are sworn to uphold, they take oaths to uphold the Constitution and the laws of the state of California. And I'd like to suggest to you today that what Mr. Carter has just said to you, he's blowing smoke. He knows that the Arts Center's due process rights were violated, and he was taking a very strong position advocating that at the December 15th meeting. You know, so fundamental is the right of due process that it's included in the Federal Bill of Rights. No person, and the Arts Center as a corporation is a person under the law, is to be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Now, the Board of Supervisors' action on December 15th transferred property interest assigned to the Arts Center to the McCollum House Suites without giving the Arts Center notice or an opportunity to be heard. Now, regardless of what Mr. Carter may have said here, that is a fact that is not in dispute. Absolutely not in dispute. And I would further suggest that if our action were to come before a court, in other words, that the Board of Supervisors violated the due process rights, violated the Brown Act, that we would win on a motion for summary judgment, because there's no issue. It's a matter of law. Well, the action that was taken here, quite frankly, was a slap in the face of the Arts Center. You know, the Arts Center is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. And the Arts Center can take a lot of credit for the change of Mendocino from a sleepy, dying little town on the Mendocino coast in the 50s to a vibrant center for the arts that it is today. We're here today to ask the Board of Supervisors to do the right thing. Follow the advice of County Council and rescind that action. Now, I would further ask the Board of Supervisors to consider rescinding the action and leaving it there. You know, where's all the heat coming from with Mr. Carter? Certainly, they have a large economic interest at stake here. And that's why they took the action that they did on December 15th. And let there be no mistake about it. This whole issue of transferring units to the McCollum House Suites undermines the Mendocino Town Plan. And as you know, that's a very deliberative document that balances a lot of various interests. I would encourage you to avoid the piecemeal approach and follow the recommendations of your staff in favor of a wholesale review of the Mendocino Town Plan. Thank you.
Your turn. Palia? Palia? Donald Palia?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Donald Palia. I'm an emeritus professor of pathology and laboratory medicine at the UCLA School of Medicine. I'm also a lifelong professional artist. I've been coming up to enjoy Mendocino County since the 1960s and progressively have planned my life to end up here in full-time art rather than in full-time academic medicine teaching and research. I finally achieved that about 10 years ago. I do have a lovely waterfront property in Little River that is part of my family estate's planned endowment to the Mendocino Art Center to be shared with the Zoological Society of San Diego. As a donor, a major donor in the recent past, now that I have an opportunity to return some of the things that I have gained positively from my association with the Art Center and its workshops and personnel over the past 5 decades, it's my opportunity now to return some of that. And when I see an item like this come up, I find I am suddenly very reluctant to commit my family's estate in any form to something that sounds so precarious. So I strongly support Mr. Stickles' presentation of the position of the Mendocino Art Center, and I would like to thank Mr. Carter for perhaps making our case for us by his opening statement that when you take away the property rights, it's a very serious matter. My naivete of the law makes me question or raise the question, I really thought the units belonged to the Art Center before they were transferred to the McCallum House. But that ends my comments, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Peggy Templer?
I'm Peggy Templer. I'm the executive director at the Mendocino Art Center, and I have been for almost 10 years now. I wanted to let you know that, as Brant Stickle told you, and as you're all well aware, the Mendocino Art Center is absolutely crucial to the development of the town of Mendocino as it is today, and is in fact the reason that it's a tourist destination and that there are B&Bs in Mendocino instead of motels like there are in Fort Bragg. I'd like to point out that the Mendocino Art Center makes a very substantial financial contribution to the Mendocino coast. We put about $1.5 million back into the local economy annually through money that we spend directly ourselves and through the money that is spent by the students and instructors and others who come to the Mendocino Art Center. So we are making a very significant contribution to the economy of the coast. In order for us to continue to serve our community, we need to be able to maximize our potential. And in order to do that, we need to have the option to develop the additional units that have been assigned to the Art Center for a period of some years. And it's our intention to do that. One of the mainstays of the Mendocino Art Center's program, we are a school. We have students who come and stay at the Mendocino Art Center. We have artists in residence who come from around the world to do residencies in a very competitive program at the Art Center. We need to be able to offer residential units to those people who come there.